everyone. Thanks for tuning in to King of the West Tonight. It's been a couple weeks since we've come at you, but we're fresh off our banquet last weekend at the Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort. Just a fun weekend overall, George, and we're glad to be back on King of the West Tonight.
Did you say this was the post-banquet homage to Tailgate Rodriguez?
To Tailgate Rodriguez, I think it was.
Our annual Thanksgiving show. But Brandon didn't buy us any food.
No, we had no food this year, but we had to go to McDonald's ourselves. But no, it was a great weekend overall. We're going to share with you some videos and vignettes. Our producer Brandon Skaggs did just a fabulous job on all the videos they did for the banquet. We're going to kind of give you a special glimpse at them. But most of the time, people don't get to see a banquet like this.
We kicked it off on Friday night. That's pretty unusual on a banquet. Kicked with the fan fest, a kickoff party, as you will, with a lot of things happening on that Friday night. I mean, I had a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys.
I had a great time. A lot of great food. We had appetizers, hors d'oeuvres, and some great cupcakes and beer tasting.
Food? Oh, all kinds of food. I like the stuffed mushrooms. I like the egg rolls. Chicken. I like the egg rolls. I like the desserts. Of course, I gained about 15 pounds over the banquet weekend.
We won't speak about that.
We'll talk about that.
But let's talk about the legends that we had on hand there. We had, at one point in the corner, we had Jimmy Sills, Rick Hurst, Leroy Van Connet, Doug Gandy, exchanging some stories and stuff. You talk about the history there.
Yeah, I wanted to put a camera and a microphone there. That would have been TV racing reality at its best. And we talked about beer tasting. It was great. I think the yellow ticket was the favorite. I don't know what brand that was, but everybody wanted yellow tickets. And then we had the 2000 wheelies, flips, and photo finishes by Grove Hill playing on a gigantic big screen. And it was neat to see some of the drivers that have now gone to NASCAR on that video.
You had Casey Kane in the family car that year, and of course the weapon Wayne Williams.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him in a few years.
Well, that was before he hooked up.
That was pre-Brent Caden.
Yeah,
that was in the Williams Motorsports car, not the number 0 car, but the number 5W car that he drove about 10 years ago. But yeah, I remember watching that DVD when I was a kid in middle school, having breakfast and watching that. But I've never seen it on a big screen like that.
And of course, we had Stefan playing some nice music and the conversation, and it was just what it was supposed to be. It was a get-together, like a bench racing, and a good time had by all, I believe.
Yeah, I had a lot of great fun talking to some of our fans, Carlos Crabtree and our buddy Ken, and we definitely want to thank Dan Simpson for putting this on. We've never had something like this at a banquet, and it was Dan's idea, and it was a lot of fun, and definitely hope we get more people next year.
And it was a kickoff party, and exactly what it was, a kickoff to a great weekend and a great Saturday.
You want to talk about a great Saturday? Let's share with everyone a little 2 vignettes that Brandon Skaggs did of our champion driver, Jonathan Allard, second place owner, Maury Williams, as well as our championship team, Roth Motorsports. Our next team has been one of the longest-running driver-owner combinations on the West Coast and finished second in the owner standings, with the driver coming out on top of the driver standings for his 3rd career State 410 title. This driver pilots one of the more recognizable cars on the West Coast for one of the most popular car owners in our area, and 2011 marked his 8th year driving the fabled number 0 sprint car. On the season, he won 4 main events, finished in the top 5 10 times, and in the top 10 13 times. He also set 1 BR Motorsports Fast Time Award and claimed 4 heat race victories. Among his major accomplishments this year came at the Silver Dollar Speedway in May, when he became the first driver to reach 5 career wins at the prestigious Dave Bradway Jr. Memorial.
John Allard will pick up the win.
Please welcome the second place owner from Oakhurst, California, Maury Williams, and the championship driver out of Chico, California, Jonathan Allard. Our championship car-owning team this year utilized 2 drivers throughout the course of the season and captured the King of the West Sprint Car Series owner title by 85 points. It was the 2nd straight owner championship for this team, and on the year they finished among the top 5 in all but 2 events, showing amazing strength and consistency with drivers Tim Kading of San Jose and Kyle Hurst of Sacramento sitting behind the wheel. Not only were they consistent, but they also scored 7 main event victories and 5 BR Motorsports Fast Time Awards. The team has been one of the biggest supporters of 410 sprint car racing over the years and is one of the most well-known cars in the country. Please welcome the championship car owner from Fresno, California, Roth Motorsports, with owners Dennis and Teresa Roth.
welcome back to King of the West Tonight. And Gary, a couple of the vignettes as our director-producer, Brendan Skaggs, introduced him as vignettes.
It's almost hard. I don't even know how to spell vignette, but we did beautiful. He did a great job on the vignettes, and those were two of the best, the two champion vignettes.
We're going to show a couple more later tonight, but we want to continue on. Saturday morning kicked off with the outdoor car show. Had some great cars in the car show, and the model car show I think was spectacular.
That was killer, right?
Look at these. Look at the cars that we had, and it was all race car related cars. And the neat thing I thought is we had the Walt Ross 56 sprint car in the car show outside.
Right.
We had the Walt Ross 56 model car inside on the hauler, and it won People's Choice, and the car outside won the Legends pick. So it was kind of cool. You had both cars there, full size and miniature, as all part of the outdoor and indoor car show. So that was kind of cool.
A lot of history at that car show. I mean, you look on the outside, you had the 56 car. I think we got that photo on the screen too. The Walt Ross 56, as well as along with Workin' Woody there, facing each other. I mean, you talk about history across the country. Those cars are known. I mean, those vehicles, legendary vehicles.
Absolutely.
And then, the model car show was great. Bob Carter, he was a big help in that, and thought that 56 car he did was great. And we also had the Tognati Dwayne Star 18 there, which was really nice, and that was really fun. There was a lot of people out there in the lobby of the hotel, and it was really a great touch to the whole weekend.
You know, photographer Paul Gold brought his 37 Chevy sedan, really nice car. We had the band playing outside with the car, so that was neat. You can see that everybody had a great time. It was a little chilly outside, but it was a great deal. And then Saturday night we kicked off the banquet, and boy, what a night! Yeah,
a lot of fun, a lot of positive comments we've heard. But you talk about the money and cash given away, $160,000 in cash and contingencies. But you look at that cash point fund, $121,000, the most ever in the history of West Coast sprint car racing. Last year we had $116,000. You think about 2 years ago, in 2010, it was $47,000.
47.
So you look at the bump up that it's had since Dan Simpson took over, and that's really been the key of what Dan's been trying to do. He's there for the racers, and it shows in that point fund.
You know, the Roth Motorsports, car owner Dennis Roth took home the lion's share, $20,000 for the owner. Second place wasn't bad either. Second place owner and the championship driver took home $17,500.
Pretty amazing for those top two teams. And something special we of course wanted to share with everyone is of course Roth Motorsports. I know Dennis talked to you before the night. He decided to take half of his championship winnings, $5,000 to the Northern Auto Racing Club Benevolent Fund, and $5,000 to the Tyler Wolf Memorial Fund. So very touching gesture by Dennis Roth and the whole team.
You know, I was honored that he asked me to announce that, and it was a great night. It really was. And we're going to talk a little bit about the auction and the Benevolent Fund a little bit later, but that was great that Dennis Roth, $10,000 donation to charity.
You think about some of the top teams in sprint car racing, you point to that Roth 83 has been known around the country, but Dennis really is a great person when you get down to it. And I mean, he's been huge for our sport the last couple of years. It's been an honor to have his team with us, I think, the last couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. It really, it's been a big help to all of us, and he's a big part of this whole series about making it work. Hey, we got another vignette, and this one is Rookie of the Year, Chad Compton. And Chad took home some awards of his own.
Yeah, $1,000 in certificates and awards. So beautiful vignette put together by Brendan Skaggs. Let's check it out.
This season's Rookie of the Year with the King of the West Sprint Car Series was definitely a true 410 rookie in 2012. After beginning in midget lights during the year 2000, he then moved into 360 sprint cars in 2006. He spent 6 seasons behind the wheel of a 360 at Placerville Speedway and with Civil War before making the jump to the King of the West Series this past year. In just his second King of the West start of the season, he set fast time with the Marysville Raceway Park and also tallied a season best finish of 8th at his home track at Placerville Speedway on June 30th. We'd like to welcome up to the stage now the 2012 King of the West Sprint Car Series Rookie of the Year, Chad Compton.
Well, hey everyone, you just saw a great vignette of our Rookie of the Year, Chad Compton. And George, Chad was a fun addition to the tour. He spent some time, of course, in midget lights and the 360s and stepped up to the 410 this year. And something I thought was really cool in one of his speeches, he said he had the most fun in his entire career this past season with King of the West.
You know, that was a general theme of what I heard throughout the night, as everybody seemed to have a lot of fun racing with KWS. And next year, We'll talk a little bit about that in weeks to come. More races, more venues, more fun.
More fun. And of course, it's all the teams that make it fun for us as well. So another award we gave away was the Hard Luck Award, George, and I think you did this on stage, and you had a very fitting speech about this driver.
Well, thank you, Gary. I got to tell you did a good job, too. We're giving kudos to each other. Gary and I were the host of the banquet, and Gary did a great job, and it was well done. He did the voiceover on these vignettes with Brandon, and they were absolutely superb. One we're going to see is the Hard Luck Award. It seems like every year there's a team out there that always is in the wrong place at the wrong time, Gary. And this was a team. I mean, they had hard luck, they had crashes, they had breakage. They just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And at the end of the year, Cody Lamar, getting a concussion, had to sit out the end of the year. What a more fitting team and person to get that than Cody Lamar and the Lamar Racing Team 3C car. Bob Carter built the trophy. Hand-built trophy. All custom powder coated, and who was doing the powder coating?
Lloyd's powder coating. Bob wanted us to thank. They did a great. Said they do a lot of work up there for him.
Yeah, in
so
Chico, California.
He did a great job. That was the heaviest award I think we had.
I told Cody I don't know if he can lift it. I think maybe he has to get his dad Rick up there to lift the award. But it came with some goodies as well.
Yeah, it did. He got a $200 autometer certificate as well as a $100 ART certificate, and a $250
detail by Bob Carter's detailing. So yeah,
you look at Cody. He made 12 of the 17 races. As a team, they made 13 of the 17 races, and he had to sit some time out later in the year, but he also missed one of our races earlier in the year after a crash in Placerville. He had a little wrist injury, but those guys have battled back and forth, and it was great to have the famed Tri-C machine back on a 410 this year.
I tell you, one of the most popular announcements of the evening, if you will, was Crew Chief of the Year. Yeah. Gary, that was spectacular.
Yeah, you talk about a guy that's been around the sport for a long time and a real ambassador for the sport. I think we talk about it on our little vignette that we're going to show next, but Ashley Smith, a guy that's been a big help to us.
Yep.
He just is great for 410 sprint car racing in California.
Yeah, take a look at another great vignette, Ashley Smith.
This season's Crew Chief of the Year award winner is not only a great wrench, but is also one of the biggest ambassadors for 410 sprint car racing in California. This past season, he tuned Chico's Jonathan Allard to his third career state 410 driving title, and along the way picked up 4 wins with the King of the West Sprint Car Series, including the Dave Bradway Jr. Memorial. He is also a coordinator with the Northern Auto Racing Club Benevolent Fund and always speaks a good word about 410 sprint car racing. To top it off, he's one heck of a nice guy as well. Let's please welcome King of the West Series Crew Chief of the Year, Ashley Smith.
Welcome back to KWS Tonight, and again, saw a great video of Crew Chief of the Year, Ashley Smith. Fast Time of the Year awards this year. We had 2 of them.
We had 2 of them. Of course, this season we had 17 races and 11 different fast time qualifiers. So you look at the parity there. Normally, fast time, it seems like it's John Allard getting like 10 of them, or Suggs, and it's only a couple guys. But this year, a good variety. 11 out of 17, but there were 2 guys that set the most fast times, of course, presented by BR Motorsports and Grant's Fine Art, Tim Kading and Willie Croft, 3 apiece.
I mean, those awards that Grant's Fine Arts made, they were outstanding. Those guys were showing those to everybody. They are just really neat awards. I'll bet you that award is hanging in Willie Croft's shop today.
I bet you.
We're going to his office. Let's take a look at a couple of other vignettes that Brandon put together for the banquet. I think Bobby McMahon and some of the other ones will get you to be a part of what it was like being there at banquet weekend at Brad Jackson Rancheria.
Dedication and tenacity continue to be a couple of words to describe our 14th place owner and 12th place driver in the King of the West Sprint Car Series standings. This driver has been following the state's premier 410 Sprint Car Series over the last handful of years and has been affectionately dubbed the Iron Man for his commitment to the tour. Something unique to his efforts this year was the fact that he utilized a 410 power plant under the hood for the first time in his career. Please welcome 14th place owner, 12th place driver, the Iron Man, Pat Harvey Jr. The 8th place owner and 7th place driver this season put together another solid campaign with the King of the West Sprint Car Series and was in contention for a top 5 finish right down to the last event. This competitor had a string of bad luck early in the year, but never gave up and caught fire after that, ending the season with a handful of top 5 finishes, 9 top 10s, and 1 last chance qualifier triumph. He also led KWS with 6 heat race victories and was tied for the most BR Motorsports Fast Time Awards with 3, continuing to show that he's one of the top qualifiers in the state of California. One of his major highlights this year came over Memorial Day weekend at the Calistoga Speedway when he scored podium finishes each night to cap his best career weekend of racing at the historic half mile. Please welcome from Sacramento, California, 8th place owner, 7th place driver, Double Down, Willie Croft. The 6th place owner and 5th place driver in the King of the West Series standings has been racing sprint cars since 1982 and has been another mainstay throughout the sport in the state of California. After taking some time off the last decade, he has returned to 410 sprint car racing the last few seasons, much to the delight of fans all around. Of all drivers that competed last year with KWS, he also had the biggest jump in the standings of those competitors and put together a strong 2012 campaign that included 4 top 5 finishes, 10 top 10s, and 4 heat race victories. Some of his best success this year came at the Antioch Speedway, where he finished among the top 5 in all 3 events. Please welcome from Elk Grove, California, 6th place owner, 5th place driver, Bobby McMahon. Our 5th place owner and 4th place driver is another one that made a return to the full-time 410 ranks in 2012 with the King of the West Sprint Car Series. It marked his first full-time 410 campaign since 2002, and it ultimately ended with this competitor tallying 4 top 5 finishes, 12 top 10s, 5 heat race victories, 1 last chance qualifier win, and 1 BR Motorsports Fast Time Award.
Into turn number 1, Peter Murphy gets the first call. Murphy out.
His best night of the season came on August 18th at the Silver Dollar Speedway, which saw him set fast time and finish 3rd in the main event. When it comes to nice guys in the sport of sprint car racing, this driver is routinely considered to be near the top of the list and was an absolute pleasure to have back on tour this year. Please welcome, out of Clovis, California, 5th place owner, 4th place driver, Peter Murphy.
Well, everyone, there you go. A few more of those vignettes that Brandon did. Great job, George. You talk about our editor, Brandon Skaggs. Had never seen a sprint car race before this season, and the work that he did at the Banquet was absolutely phenomenal.
Well, wait a minute. When Dan introduced him, he said he had a sign on the street saying, "I will film for food."
It's been a tough year. We drug Brandon in off the street. He was standing on a corner with signs says, "We'll film for food." So we put him to work.
So we just got him right off the street.
We got him right off the streets. It was pretty good. But we definitely want to thank Brandon for all the work this year, and we're looking forward to more stuff in the off season. I know we're going to be doing some shop tours around the state of California and other stuff.
So hey, let's talk about the auction for the Northern Auto Racing Club Benevolent Fund. Ashley Smith, Brent Kading, 2 weeks before the event, didn't know if they had anything to auction off.
Right.
And we get there, and he says, "I need more tables."
We had like 4 tables there. I was thinking it was going to be in one small area of the room, and
surrounded the entire room. We had 11 or 12 tables, and then they had to bring in special racks for the driver suits.
Right, for live auction items.
From Jason Myers, some guy named Casey Kane, Brad Sweet. I mean, it was awesome. The live auction was fun. And Brent Kading and I got to host the live auction, so you know
that was a show in itself right there.
That's right. And Brent was on.
Yes, he was.
He got me about 2 dozen times.
You got him once saying his driver he usually falls out of the seat.
No, that's true. I did get him on yes.
But no, Ashley and Brent, they went all out on this side. It was the best auction probably for a benevolent fund I think they've ever said. I think we raised right around $20,000 for the benevolent fund, and we definitely want to thank all the companies that donated, all the people there, the great individuals that put their bids on the items.
I don't care if it was Casey Keene, Steve Kinzer, I mean, and Jack Hewitt. I mean, the list went on and on of people that donated to the Northern Auto Racing Club Benevolent Fund, which all that money goes to a good cause when it's needed.
Yep. It's all for the drivers, teams, officials involved in sprint car racing and 410 racing in California. So it really directly benefits everyone, of course, that was in that room, and it showed by a lot of the great gestures.
Absolutely. The auction was followed by the Royal Court drawing. And that was fun, Gary.
Yeah, that was we did, of course, the envelope swap like we did. We gave you a chance to do the envelope swap.
Yeah, I got to do the envelope. So Gary gets to do it at the races. He let me do it at the banquet. We did the envelope swap like we do for the starting order for the Trophy Dash. And it got pretty interesting there at the end, didn't it?
You think about the total awards, totaled $15,000 altogether for the top 13 teams that we call a Royal Court or members in good standing.
The number one guy, the number one gift was a brand new Maxim chassis with body kit, powder coated by Hot Coats Powder Coating in Chico. The chassis donated by Kading Performance, not Maxim.
Right,
Kading Performance, Brent Kading donating the chassis. I thought that was pretty special.
Pretty special deal. Brent, all those awards were Kading Performance, who were great partners with us, and you can't say enough about Brent and BF and Brian.
They
go all out. But you talk about going down to the end. Dennis Ross' grandson Cole was there with Todd Ventura. They, of course, were the championship team, so they were the last ones to get to try to trade their envelope. And young Cole said, I want to trade with Peter Murphy.
Yeah.
So he swapped envelopes there with Peter Murphy.
But Peter traded with somebody else.
Yeah, Peter traded with somebody. I believe Andy Gregg.
Andy Gregg, because Andy had always taken his envelope all year long. Right. So he took Andy's back, and then Cole took his envelope back. And guess who got the chassis?
Roth Motorsports.
Cole.
Cole got it.
No, Cole. Grandpa's going to build Cole a race car, but he was short of helmet.
He needs a helmet, he said.
And I think somebody was getting him a helmet as we left the room.
I think so.
But it was great. The Royal Court drawing was great, followed by a great night of dancing and fun by the
Sterling
Silver
Band.
Band. They were great. And hooked into that sound system at Jackson Rancheria. Man, it was a cool concert.
Sounded phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Jackson Rancheria were great hosts for us. We want to thank the executive chef. A great meal put together for dinner. Fabulous food. And Emily, of course, Emily Terrapilli was the sales manager there, and
special events
manager, something like that.
Yeah, well, I think she does everything.
We've seen her a lot. I think we went up to Jackson about 5 or 6 times, and she did a great job organizing everything for us. Tammy with the security staff did a great job, and we're just gracious hosts for Jackson Rancher. We want to thank all of them out there.
Hey, we've got we're going to tell some T-shirts from the championship banquet weekend too. We're going to tell you at upcoming shows how many we got left. We're doing a final count now.
Right.
And you know what Dan Simpson said? Let's give all the money to Benevolent Fund. All the funds that we get from the T-shirt sales going to go to Benevolent Fund. So if you need a T-shirt, contact us. I know we don't have any 2X.
Right.
But I think there's some extra larges, larges, mediums, and a couple smalls left. But we'll sell all those T-shirts out so we can get the money to the Benevolent Fund.
Great looking shirts. I think we'll put that art up on the screen here so you can save all your money up and get a nice looking shirt.
Don't know the price yet. We'll let you know. We're going to see what our cost is and everything. But yeah, we'll offer those T-shirts. And again, if you want to contact us, Gary, how do they contact us?
They can log on to our website at kwssprints.com, or they can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/King of the West Sprints, or become a Twitter follower at KWS Sprint Racing. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube or like us on Instagram.
And I heard from Brandon that in one of the upcoming shows, he is going to put together the whole banquet.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to be able to see the whole banquet. So if you missed the banquet, if you were one of the 200 people who were there, you got to see it live. But Brandon's going to put together a great show highlighting the whole banquet. So that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. We'll be able to see that. And with that, I think it's time to say goodnight.
Say goodnight to everyone. Once again, thank you everybody for attending the banquet. Thanks for watching us on King of the West Tonight. George Haig, Gary Thomas, we'll catch you at the turkey night.
Gary, do you know what he's doing to us again?
Is he going to put those bloopers on there again?
Yeah, we got to talk about this. We're halfway through the banquet. We've got a script we're going
Dan
by.
Simpson has a wireless microphone.
Right, and Dan starts, him and Brandon had this thing all schemed up. And Brandon put together all our bloopers from the show. And, you know, we don't let anybody see those.
No.
I mean, once in a while he plays one at the end of the show. No, he had to play them all at the banquet.
And here they are.
Yeah, and here they are.
You couldn't keep going.
I forgot where we were at.
5, 4, 3, 2.
That would be you.
Oh, yeah, you coming back?
Let's do it again. That would be you. Remember, you're gonna.
I forgot to go on the next part. And with that, I didn't know how to end it.
Maybe a little less.
Right down the road.
People don't know.
Then I dropped my mic.
That's a blooper.
Welcome back to KWS Tonight, and Gary, we need to talk about the thing falling on the ground.
Well, hey everyone, welcome to KWS.
New production people, Gary, what do we do?
Oh, much better.
Now I'm taller.
Oh man, look at Gary grew up. Better like this?
Jesus.
Shoulders up, chest out, turn up.
That's going on the bloopers.
Oh yeah.
Championship Banquet Weekend coming up November 9th, 10th, and 11th at the Jackson Rancheria Casino Hotel. A lot of stuff.
Hey, thanks, Gary. Great press. Okay. Yeah. Kading Fleischbach, or that's what I tried from how to. Hey, Gary, tonight we're gonna.
Start over.
Have you guys ever considered trying to do a pit crew challenge like pit crew challenge? I'm gonna start again. Is the track surface conditions? The really is kind of a mixed bag, but Tormala. He definitely is, and of course Peter Murphy, a season high 4th in points we mentioned earlier. He's going to have that special. If I could say that. And with that, that's going to be the end of our show tonight on KWS. Damn it! I don't want to say tonight twice. Track, please thank him, shake his hand, and thank him. Damn it! Zach Zimmerly made some great hay. That didn't work.
And Mr. Tyner picking up a win at Forsberg. There we go.
My name's Gary Thomas. As always, this is George Haig, who's going to fill everyone in on what to expect.
Hey, thanks.
Show.
Just interrupt them.
No. Week, stop by, I believe, Jim's Auto Body.
Right, we got the car show, the show car. This car will be over there.
Right here.
It's over there right now.
It is.
Also, we're going to bring the Kading Fleischbach. Is going to come back, but it's not going to be very good. How do you bring the Kading Fleischbach back?
Hey.
Before we come back with, we're going to talk about the. And we've added a model car show for that. Thanks, Gary. Great question. Great question about the BOA motors. Hey, thanks, Gary. No, I didn't like that.
Hey, thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Gary. Hey, great. I got the Daffy Duck deal thing now, man. I don't know. Welcome back to KWS Tonight. No, I don't like that.
KWS.
I got the Daffy Duck thing again. Welcome back. Highlights. Wow.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment on King of the West tonight. We're going to give a first glimpse at the Cotton Classic.
What? 3, 2, 1. Okay. 5, 4.
I can do it.
3.
This year, Scott Woodhouse has brought back a horn. What the hell is that? I don't know. Dang fans are all outside honking their horns, looking through the windows. We can't do this show in peace anymore. I know, it's amazing. All right, let's go. Oh, he wants to be in the picture, Gary.